Hi, welcome back to Invest with Tanya. Today we have a very special guest from Texas. Miguel, how are you?
Doing really, really good.
Good,
Thank you.
good. So, just a quick thing before we get into it. We're going to be talking about what we're seeing in the market today. We're going to also touch on our predictions. So, make sure you stay until the end. It's going to be really valuable information. And so first of all, tell us, Miguel, how did you get into the real estate business?
I started when I was 21. So I was going to school. I went to community college, and then I went to university here, UTA. And I was studying criminal justice. But throughout the whole time, I really never saw myself being employed by somebody or a company. I always saw myself as a business owner, and I used to work with my dad in construction, like we built houses and stuff like that. So basically, I was like, man, let me just sell these. So let me become a real estate agent, and I looked into it, and then I took the courses, and it was pretty easy, to be honest. I mean, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, like there's a lot of things to do whenever you're, starting your real estate career. Like getting a real estate license is pretty difficult." But it was pretty simple. I googled everything, and it kind of told me what to do. And then from that point forward, I got my real estate license when I was 21, and then I'm 26 now, so I'm about to turn 27. I just wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to create my own thing and never really rely on anybody else for any of my things.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know this, but we both started at 21
Oh,
while
really?
we were at community college. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of touch on how you got started because I think that's very important for anyone that's in this business because we all start from different places. And I think it's so cool to know that, like, if you're in a community college, if you're thinking you're wanting to study one thing, real estate is always an option. So, okay, so first of all, tell me a little bit of what you're seeing in the Texas market. I know that you're working mostly in the luxury market, but tell us what you're seeing right now.
It's I work any market, so anybody who's looking to buy or sell real estate at any price point. Obviously, my price point has gone up through experience. I'm
Mhm.
able to deal with higher price ranges, but I work with anybody. What I'm seeing is that right now there's still a lot of people looking to buy. It's crazy. It really depends in every area in Texas. I'm in the North DFW area. So I live in Mansfield, Texas. And in that area, it's still, not competitive. It's more of a buyer's market in that specific area. But once you go up north, towards Frisco, Prosper, that area is booming. Like it is insane. I've gone to last week before I went on my trip. I went to a couple model homes because I had a client who was looking to buy a house over there in that area. And I kid you not, like every single model home, it was packed with people. There was, I know I saw one guy, he posted an Instagram reel and there was a line outside already. And the rates are still, they're pretty high compared to the past 2 years. But yeah, it's a booming market.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't know if you've had this, but I've noticed, especially like in the past 3 weeks, there's just been a huge influx of buyers coming in.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the nice thing is that there's actually an inventory that they can look at. Well, at least in my area, there is. Um,
Yeah.
are you seeing kind of the same thing?
Inventory.
Yes,
Or
inventory.
influx of people? Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm seeing an influx of buyers, for sure. A lot of people, for whatever reason, came out and right now instead of waiting. So there is a lot of people right now looking to buy. Inventory, there's still a lot of inventory. It Like I said, it just really depends. Every single area here is different, In Fort Worth, it might be different than in Arlington, which is like right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. In Dallas, it might be different than North Dallas. So I am seeing more inventory, for sure. Way more inventory than the past 2 years. I mean, you can't really compare any of the inventory that we had now to the last 2 years. That was just crazy. But now it's more balanced. I feel like it's easier now to actually go and buy a home, because I actually closed on a house on Friday and my clients were able to get $8,500 in seller concessions, which is it covered majority of their closing costs and even part of their down payment, to where they didn't even compete with anybody else. And if you're talking about the same scenario, let's say my clients were looking to buy a house in that area in the last 2 years, it would have been impossible for them to get any seller concessions. and now it's a lot easier for people to actually go out there and purchase a home.
Yeah, that's how I feel with our market. Our market, I want to say, is a lot smaller
Yeah,
because it seems like it doesn't really change from city to city.
yeah.
But I am seeing that people are getting in the door without having to offer over list price. They're able to get buyer concessions,
Hmm.
just different things like that. Now, moving on from today, like, I know we don't have a crystal ball, we can't see
Hmm.
what's going on, but what do you feel is going to happen, like, within the next 6 months? Or yeah.
You know, I've been talking to a lot of lenders and my partners basically, and again, we don't have a crystal ball, right? We can't really predict anything. What I tell my clients is get in now. It's a lot easier, instead of renting. But what I would say, from my personal opinion as a real estate professional, is that we'll possibly see more buyers step into the marketplace, regardless if the rates come down or not, because you already see them now, and really there's not any big factor, besides the year starting, 2023. A lot of people want to make moves this year in the beginning of the year, but let's say people get their income tax, at that point, I think you'll see even a higher influx of people buying in the lower price ranges. I say maybe 300, 400,000s. But if the rates do come down, with my lenders partners are saying, let's say they go down to fives, the low fives. Well, everyone's waiting on the sideline. I mean, there's people buying now, but there's a lot of people waiting on the sidelines for the rates to come down. And let's say they do come down, well, eventually you're going to see more competition out there in terms of buyers competing for the same house like it was, in the past 2 years. I don't think it'll be as difficult as it was before, or as competitive it was before, because you had 2%, 3% interest rates. But I do see that the market could pick up, and it could pick up pretty hard. I feel like a lot of people are moving here to Texas. I don't know how it is over there, but personally, I have a lot of people coming out of state, buying here. I have somebody from California. I have somebody from Arizona moving here. They're coming next week, and then the person from California just got approved not too long ago. So you're seeing a huge influx of people coming from other states, aside from the people that you already have here, thinking about buying. So I think Texas itself is like its own market. So things could be going on in different areas in the U.S., but here in Texas, we have a very strong market. There's a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities for people, and also, I mean, you get a good house for a great price. Just depends where you're looking at. If you're coming from California, you're buying a $500,000 house. I had a cousin who came from California like maybe a month ago, and she told me that she's renting a house for my aunt, and the house next door went up for sale, and they went to go see it. It was 600,000, and they said that it hadn't been remodeled since like the 1950s. So when you see something in California going for 600,000, and you bring them over here, and they see something for 600,000, you're talking about a 35, 4,000 square foot home, brand new house.
Mhm.
So I do think the market here in Texas is very strong, and it's going to stay strong, regardless of what happens in any other area. And let's say the worst, comes. Let's say there is a recession, a major recession that comes. Um, wouldn't more people come to Texas because there's already opportunities here? So I feel like we'll have an influx of people coming down here, even if there is a recession. So I don't know. It's just I don't have a crystal ball. So for me, even when the real estate market was like going through COVID and all that, like I was just adjusting. I was just, pivoting really, really quick, because that's how you have to do in business.
Yeah.
And now I'm just pivoting again. I've been doing this for 5 years. When I began my career in 2018, it was super easy. Now, and during COVID, I mean, I got a lot of gray hairs during that time. It was super stressful,
Yeah.
for me and my clients, but I got a lot better from. I learned things that I've never learned, and so I'm appreciative for that. I'm grateful for all everything that I've done. But yeah, that's what I think. I don't have a crystal ball. So what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. The Northwest Arkansas
Mhm,
market follows the Texas market really closely,
mhm,
especially like right now with Tyson, JB Hunt, and Walmart just bringing in people into their headquarters. So it's
nice.
crazy to see the amount of growth that we've had in the past 2 years. If you look at it over 10 years, like we went from farms everywhere
Mhm,
to somewhat of a city. Because I won't say that we're a huge city yet. We're
yeah,
nowhere near close to Austin or Dallas or anything like that, but we are growing. I think we're still in a strong position to where home prices are still at a nice place. I
Mhm.
will say, like, the residents here do think they're a little bit higher, but again, we've got a lot of people coming out
Mm.
from other markets, and to them, like you said, $1 million house is a mansion here compared to California and all those
Mhm.
different places. I do agree that we do have a strong market. I
Mhm.
know that Fayetteville, Arkansas was just considered one of the top 5 places to live in. So we got a lot of things going on, and that's why I really wanted to interview you, because I feel like we've Arkansas, Texas, all these like southern states have a lot of things going on, and I feel like people just don't know about it, and they're going to find out and it's going to almost be too late when they find out, because everything is going up in value.
Yes.
um it's just a lot of, like, I tell my husband, like, I it's a lot of magic happening right now. I feel like
Mhm.
we're at that C spot where we're kind of starting to grow, but I think the boom is going to eventually be coming soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um so any advice that you have for buyers in this market, or even like a seller, because I know that it's a little bit
Mm.
tougher for sellers right now.
I'll say for buyers, it's very hard to time the market. So I would
Mhm.
just say whenever you're ready and comfortable to buy, I would just go out there and do it, Um, because if you try to time the market when the market crashes, you're gonna have a very hard time doing that. You might get stuck, another 2, 3 years where the market appreciates instead of coming down, and then you're gonna have to buy at that. Let's say you do that, and then you end up buying in 2 or 3 years when the market appreciated because it didn't come down, and then the next year it does come down. Now you're screwed because you try to time the market. So I would say don't try to time the market if you're not an investor. Um, just buy, get into a property, start building equity, and then eventually cash out that equity and go buy another property. So that's one thing that I could say. For sellers, I would just say don't go the cheap route, especially right now. You're
Yeah.
needing a true professional to list your home. Somebody who actually knows how to list properties and somebody who's actually active. Don't go list your property with your cousin because he just got his real estate license. No offense to anybody who's new, right? But right now it's for professionals to thrive. So especially if you're listing a property, it's not an easy task. It's not just putting a sign on the yard and that's it. That's what a lot of people are doing these past 2 years. There's more to it. There's way more to it. So I just say hire a professional and just watch the magic happen, from that point forward. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy advice. I say for buyers is like, don't be scared of talking to a lender. It's always key to talk to a lender because let's say you want to buy in 6 months and you want to talk to a lender when that 6 months hits. And then let's say they run your credit and something's wrong. Well, if you would have done that a month before that, then you would have at least, had some heads up. You would have some time to fix all those issues and then get pre-approved and actually buy when you want to. So don't be scared to talk to a lender. Don't be scared to talk to a real estate professional. Also, another thing is like if you're buying your first house, you don't have to pay our commission. The seller pays my commission, or the builder pays my commission. So that's another thing that I would want to let people know.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know that. Like, a lot of people don't understand how the real estate business works.
No,
And it's just one of those things, as the more you know, the better choices you're able to make for yourself.
exactly.
Well, Miguel, thank you so much for coming on on my channel. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Where can people find you?
They can find me on my Instagram. It's my name right here, Miguel Escobedo _ and then my TikTok is gonna be your Texas Realtor _ and then my YouTube is also your Texas Realtor _
Okay.
So there's a lot of ways you can find me.
And I will make sure to put those in the show notes, so that way, if you guys do have any questions, if you are in Texas, feel free to reach out to him, and we'll we'll get this going. Okay. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Thank you,
much
Tony.
for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
You have a
Have a
great
good day.
day. Stay blessed.
Thank you. Bye.